as we are getting ready here for this Wednesday night matchup between the Post 22 Hardhats and the Post 33 Titans of Sturgis. Yesterday, the Post 22 Hardhats, they played the 320 Stars in a 10-4 win back over at the Floyd Fitzgerald Stadium back home in Rapid. But we come here to Sturgis, about sun is out now. A few minutes ago, right as we were pulling in on the bus, it was raining. So the field is a little wet as they hope to clear this up, but I apologize if you get some background noise from the speaker. It's almost right here next to me on the box. I'll try my best to speak as loud as I can when that is on. For the Hardhats entering this game, 15 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. Following the 10-4 win last night, upcoming games, they have a doubleheader on Friday against Casper at 4:30 and 7 o'clock, and that is a 3-game series. As on Saturday, they will play at 2 o'clock with no games being on Sunday, of course, because of graduation for Rapid City Stevens and Rapid City Central High School. So the Hardhats will get through their lineup here really quick, going from 1 to 9. The leadoff hitter for the Hardhats will be number 10, Aiden Roberts, third baseman. Center fielder Lars Kiefer, hitting third. Second baseman Wyatt Reeder, hitting fourth. Left fielder Jace Morgan, hitting fifth. Right fielder Carter Johnson, and first baseman hitting sixth Dexter Steen. Hitting seventh will be Dawson Inhofer. Hitting eighth will be the catcher today for the Hardhats, number 20, Brody Thompson. And playing shortstop at number 9 will be Blaine Hunt, and your starting pitcher will be number 12, Dawson Inhofer. So that's what it's looking like here for the Post 22 Hardhats in this game. As we'll go over here quickly through the team lineups here shortly, as the lineup had changed a little bit. So yesterday, Rowan Fredrickson, who was the starting pitcher for the Hardhats in that win, and then Ryan Negebauer, who came in later to pitch in that 7th inning. And yesterday, it was a big one. It started off with we had an inside the park home run from number 23, Carter Johnson. He got a big one there. And then we saw a lot of RBI triples and doubles from Lars Kiefer, from Wyatt Reeder. And we saw one from Kay McLeod. McLeod not playing tonight at left field, as Jace Morgan getting that. Morgan, who was the designated hitter in last night's game, with Steenback. Reeder will play at second and Steenback on first, as he was the designated hitter in the weekend games back the past weekend. So he's back on first base. Blaine Hunt continues to be absolutely perfect on shortstop. Roberts, the 2024 first team All-State winner, is back on third after he missed Sunday's game, but all the substitutes being Ryan Negebauer, Colton Morling, Skylar Montgomery, Luke Hanslick, Declan Mickley, Brody Thompson, that was for yesterday. It'll be Negebauer, Colton Morling, Skylar Montgomery, Luke Hanslick, Declan Mickley, Josh Eller, Rowan Fredrickson, Kane McLeod, Broden Sales, Jenna Moreno, and McCoy Rippentrop, as those are the substitutes here for this evening's game, as we are having both managers, both coaches meet at home plate as they will discuss how this game's going to work, exchanging lineups and all that pregame stuff. So the Hardhats will hit first, obviously being with the away team, the Post 33 Titans. So as we get the okay, we'll hit it here for the lineups.
Strong field for tonight's opening season game for the Sturgis Titans, Post 33. Let's take a look at the starting lineups up and down the first and third base line. First of all, for Rapid City, Post 22. The third baseman, Aiden Roberts. Center fielder, Lars Kiefer. Second baseman, Wyatt Reeder. Playing left field, Jace Morgan. In right field, Carter Johnson. First baseman, Dexter Steen. Pitching tonight, Dawson Inhofer. Batting eighth and catching, Brody Thompson. And the shortstop, number 11, Blaine Hunt. Coached by Kelvin Torvey. Nick Ewing is the assistant coach. And the rest of the players for Post 22. Ladies and gentlemen, for your home standing Sturgis Titans. The catcher, number 7, Cale Sundstrom. Batting second, number 4, the first baseman, Elijah Stroud. Shortstop is Brody Royer. Center fielder, Carter Williams. At third base, George Hamer. The pitcher is Aiden Wood. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Jaron Andrzejewski. The left fielder, Bridger Batten. And the second baseman, batting ninth, Ethan Cermak. Coached by Paul Poole. Ladies and gentlemen, would you stand please as we honor America with our national anthem. Some of the sponsors that help make possible our Sturgis Legion Baseball Pit Stop. Quick Mart at Sturgis.
So lineups and national anthem has just been played, and we're ready to go here for Post 22 baseball between the Post 33 Titans here in Sturgis. As we get ready, starting pitcher for the Titans will be number 1, Aiden Wood, who's also hitting 6th in their lineup.
Umpire behind the plate.
Catching for them is Kajel Sundstrom. Playing first base, Elijah Stroud. Hitting third for them, shortstop Brody Royer. Center fielder Carter Williams. Third baseman George Hamer. And then back to Aiden Wood hitting at 6th. And then 7th, designated hitter Jaron Andrzejewski. Left fielder Bridger Batten, and their second baseman Ethan Cermak. So that's what the defense will look like here for the Post 33 Titans. I believe this is their first game here, opening game here at home.
The inaugural for Post 33.
So we're ready. Aiden Roberts, who is going to be the leadoff hitter.
Stroud at first, Cermak at second. Hamer is at third, and Royer the shortstop. Batten, Williams, and Andrzejewski.
Roberts this season at a .463 batting average, as he was a big factor in last night's win as well. He was walked his first at-bat, hit a single, but he also had 4 stolen bases in last night's game, and that's crazy to think, having 4 stolen bases for Aiden Roberts, hit a single, and was also hit by pitch last night. So getting in the final pitches is Wood. And our scoreboard on the top left. No technical difficulties this time, so it makes it a lot easier. So Wood, right-handed pitcher, with Dawson Inhofer also being a right-handed pitcher as we get ready and set to go. A little breeze picking up here, but it's good weather for some baseball. Field may still be a little bit wet. As I went to the dugout and it was a sloppy mess with a lot of that mud there. So Roberts will check in the box here, and we're ready to go for the first pitch between the Hardhats and the Titans. So Roberts gets his practice swings in.
Rapid City. Playing third base, number 10, Aiden Roberts.
All right, so we're ready to go. Wood will get the nod, and the first pitch of this Wednesday night game is underway, and this will go first in for ball 1. So we start on a 1-0 count. That one went outside to Roberts. Usually the leadoff guy for the 22 Hardhats. Here comes the next pitch from Wood. And this one's thrown by Roberts. This one's going to drop into the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for Aiden Roberts. Second pitch he'll get on. So he hit a single yesterday, and he'll add on to that this game. Hitting his 13th single of the year.
Brings up the number 2 man in the order, the center fielder, number 19, Lars Kiefer.
So you heard it, Lars Kiefer, center fielder, up to bat next. So with Roberts hitting that single, he'll take his lead off of first base. Wood, 2 pitches in. Here comes his third. This one was inside for ball 1. Trying to avoid that one from getting hit was Kiefer as he shimmied out of the way backwards. So we'll start 1-0 as well with Kiefer. So Wood bends down, waiting for the call here from Sundstrom, the catcher. Here comes the pitch. This one is going to be in for strike 1. So the first strike thrown for Wood today. So this count will go to 1 ball, 1 strike. Umpire gives Wood the call. Roberts again takes the lead off of first base. And the throw to first, the lob gets away. Roberts gets up. He's going to take off to second. This one all the way back to the fence on the right side. And that he'll advance off the wild pitch. So Roberts will take off to second. So the Hardhats now with no outs as Wood was just trying to pick off, and he threw it over the head of first baseman Elijah Stroud. So that leads the Hardhats now the runner on second. So still to a 1-1 pitch count here for Kiefer. Wood takes a look back at second. He'll double take. Roberts shimmying towards there, and he'll take a step off the mound. And Roberts, when he was looking away, he was trying to get closer and closer to third base, trying to take it. So still in the 1-1, Wood looks back. Here to Kiefer's 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Swung by Kiefer. This one's going to get through the third and shortstop gap. Roberts will go to third. He's getting signal to go home. Roberts will come in. The throw to home is safe. And that will be a 1-run score. The Hardhats get up on the board 1-0 from an RBI double from Lars Kiefer.
On the play at the plate.
And that's one way to start it off. Coming out with a bang. And Kiefer adding to his 11th RBI of the year. And Roberts adding for his 25th run as he leads all Hardhats players in the run category.
Number 18, the second baseman, Wyatt Reeder.
So, Wyatt Reeder comes in, the third hitter now with Kiefer on second following his double. The first one will go outside. That's going to go for ball 1. And Wyatt Reeder entering this game at a .453 batting average, slugging at a .679. And Reeder, who was leading the team in batting average for a while, and him and Aiden Roberts have kind of been very close with each other on the top of the list for batting average. And Wood, again, he'll take a second here off the mound as he's going to call for catcher Sundstrom, and the coach will also come out. So a quick mound visit here for Sturgis. So already down to the third batter in. Hardhats have a 1-0 lead thanks to Lars Kiefer with his RBI double.
33 baseball includes Hotel Sturgis, Amber Dodson, Premier Equipment Company, Studio E, Kirk Funeral Home, Towie Design, Penny Law.
So Reeder, as they wait here for the mound visit, and that will conclude right as I say that. So Kiefer, who will stick on second with no outs at the top of the first. Reeder to 1 ball, no strike count. So umpire gives Wood the call. Still to the 1-0 count. Kiefer takes his lead off of second. Wood gives the nod to Sundstrom behind the plate. Takes a look back. Here comes the pitch to Reeder. This one will go up high for ball 2. So Reeder will go ahead in a 2-0 count. And Reeder will go back to the low bat swing that he usually does. Right before the pitch comes. 2 balls, no strikes with no outs. Kiefer on second for the Hardhats. Wood takes a look back. Here comes the pitch to the 2-0 count. This one high and outside for ball 3. So Reeder, 3 balls to no strikes is the count. And now this will lead him in. Kiefer still leads that off second. They back off second. Here comes the pitch. And this was ball 4, so that Reeder will take a walk. And the Hardhats now having runners on first and second.
First walk of the inning. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Here's the cleanup hitter. Left fielder number 22.
So this will pull Jace Morgan, the left fielder today, as he was the designated hitter in last night's game against the Post 320 Stars. So runners at first and second. Here comes the first one as Morgan bunts this one. This one's going to go foul. So first 0-1 count of the day to start an at-bat. So they will get a new ball. So Morgan will start 0-1, Reeder on first, Kiefer on second, and a 1-0 lead. So Wood finding some grip there on the bump on the mound. So he gets ready here for his second pitch to Morgan's first at-bat of the game. Takes a look back at second where Kiefer is. Second baseman for them. As this one goes out of the way, and that's going to advance the runners for the Hardhats to 2 and 3. And that was outside and hit the fence. So that will go for ball one. So 1-1, Kiefer now to third, Reeder to second. Now puts Hardhats back into some more running score as Stroud, the first baseman, will have a quick talk here with Wood. So Morgan to a 1-ball, 1-strike count, still no outs in the top of the first inning. Here comes the pitch. This one will go down low for ball two. 2 straight balls thrown for Wood, and the throw back to the mound as he dropped it. So he'll rub the hand out of the dirt, try to find some more grip there on the right hand. 2 balls, 1 strike for Morgan. Here comes the pitch. This one outside for ball 3. So to 3-1 count for Morgan. First base is open. Runners on second and third, and Kiefer and Reeder. So Wood gives the nod. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And this one's swung on by Morgan. This one gets through the second baseman. That's going to bring Kiefer in to score and signal to manager Torvey. Reeder will come in, and that will make it 3-0 Hardhats, and Morgan will advance to second. And that will be a 2 RBI double for the senior from Rapid City Central High School in Jace Morgan. And that's one way for the Hardhats to have a opening boom here in this first inning. So now this is going to pull Carter Johnson, right fielder, up to the plate.
Number 23, the right fielder, Carter Johnson.
So Johnson entering this game at a .152 batting average. And here comes the pitch with Morgan on second. Now one in for strike one. And Johnson also slugging at a .239. So to an 0-1. Wood still on the mound here in a 3-0 lead for the Hardhats with no outs at the top of the first. Here comes the next pitch. This one high and wide for ball one. So first ball for Johnson, senior at Rapid City Stevens High School. And most of these kids will graduate on Sunday at the Monument. So to the 1-1 pitch. Lines this one high and inside. Johnson makes sure he gets out of that one. He don't want to take that one up high. So ball two gets the okay from the ump. Morgan, no one on second base to cover, as they have their second baseman inching closer, and Ethan Cermak. Waiting, he lifts the leg. Here comes the pitch. This one up high, ball 3. So 3-1 count for Johnson, as he's going to start this one off. First pitch that came in was in for a strike. And this will lead now here. 3-1, Morgan still on second. They take a look back. Here comes the pitch. This one down low for ball 4, and that's going to be a walk for Carter Johnson. So 2 walks allowed for Wood.
Walk of the first inning. Runners first and second with the out. Here's the first baseman, number 25, Dexter.
So Steen now pulled up here, hitting at a 4 flat batting average, slugging at a .560, and the on-base percentage for Carter Johnson is at a 2.91. So the first one in will go for strike one on a Steen. So Morgan on second and Johnson on first. So Steen will wait here for the next pitch from Wood. On an 0-1 count, they look back at second. Here comes the pitch. Steen swings on it. This one high up into the right field. They go back to get it. And that's going to drop Dexter Steen. That one all the way back to the wall. Morgan rounding third. They'll also send in Johnson. And that's going to bring 2 more in for the Hardhats. And they have extended their lead. It is 5-0. And that's another 2 RBI double. This time for Dexter Steen. So Morgan got one. Kiefer got one. So 3 doubles getting handed out like candy here for the Post
5
22
runs in
Hardhats.
for Post 22, and here is the pitcher, batting 7th, number 12, Dawson Inhofer.
So still no outs here in the top of the first inning, a 5-0 lead. So Inhofer, the starting pitcher, hitting 7th, hitting at a .297 batting average. So Steen with his on-base percentage at a .529. For Steen, that is his second double, or I apologize, third double of the year. So this one to Inhofer, this will go outside for ball 1. So 1-0 to the count. Wood will get a new ball. Inhofer also slugging at a .432. Has 11 hits to the season. So Wood takes a look back at second. Here comes the pitch. This one outside. That will go for ball 2. So 2-0 count for the first at-bat for the starting pitcher and Inhofer. And Steen, who hit the 2 RBI double. He wasn't the first one to do that. It was also Jace Morgan, the left fielder, who hit a 2 RBI double to bring in Kiefer and Reeder. Still no outs to a 2-0 count. Winds and deals that one. The pitch will go outside for ball 3. So 3 balls to no strikes with no outs. Gets a new ball. Inhofer takes one more practice swing here before this next pitch comes. Wood gets the call. Takes a look back at second where Steen is. Lifts the leg. Extends off the mound, and that will be for ball 4. So another walk allowed. Dawson Inhofer will go to first base. So 3 walks allowed for Wood here in this first
The
inning.
third walk of the top of the first inning. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. 5-0. Rapid City with the lead, and here is the catcher, number 20, Brody Thompson.
So Brody Thompson, the catcher, as Josh Elder, who was the catcher in yesterday's game. Thompson just below at a .1, at a .097 batting average, slugging at a .182. And Steen will go off to third, and so will Inhofer. So they're going to advance to second and third. So stolen base for Steen and Inhofer, making that Steen's fourth stolen base of the year and Inhofer's 5th. So runners on the corners, and this one now. So 1-1 count. I didn't tally the first one in there for ball. So Thompson let that one go for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on second and third. Wood lifts the leg. Here comes the pitch. This one got a piece of the bat. And that is going to be, I don't know if that they're counted as a strike. I'm not sure. I can't see the scoreboard here if what the count is. So it looks like 1-2. They're counted as a strike. It did hit the bat right behind Thompson. That would have done it a million times if he could. This one swings and misses for strike 3. So Thompson will strike out the first out here in the first inning.
Out of the inning.
And Wood will add to his first strikeout of the game.
And the number 9 hitter in the order, number 11, the shortstop, Blaine Hunt.
So back to the bottom of the lineup for the Hardhats, the 9th hitter, shortstop Blaine Hunt. Hunt hitting at a .343 average. And here comes the pitch, and this one's going to be swung on. This will stay, or this one is hooked foul, as that was a close one. Stroud made the play on first base. And this will go for 0-1 count for Hunt, as Steen antsy on third base. He wants to come in to score to make this game 6-0 for the Hardhats. And Inhofer still on second. So 5-0 the score, 0-1 count. 1 out in the top of the first inning. Wood delivers the pitch, swung on by Hunt again. This will go for strike 2, another foul ball. So back-to-back foul balls for Hunt. Hunt checks back in the box. 0-2 runners on second and third. Wood, starting pitcher, gives the nod to Sundstrom, the catcher. Here comes the pitch, and this one outside, ball 1. So the first ball of the count for Hunt. Hunt slugging at a .429 for the freshman from Rapid City Stevens High School. Only one more day of school left for the Rapid City area schools kids. And here comes the pitch from Wood. This one down in the dirt. That will go for ball 2 as Sundstrom. That one just trickles a little behind him, but he gets there in time. So a 2-2 count for Hunt. as they look to settle some things down with Wood as the pitcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Hunt. Wood goes back to the bump. Like to get some more runs on the board in the first inning. So Wood steps off the mound. Here comes the pitch. This one popped up high in the air. Sundstrom calls for it, loses the mask and the hat. And he makes the catch for the second out from the pop from Hunt.
Pop out to the catcher, second out of the inning. We go back to the top of the batting order now. Batting first, number 10, third baseman Aiden Roberts. He singled and scored in the top of this inning.
So Roberts back to the top of the order. For his first time up, hit a single. Here comes the first one to him. That one will go in for strike 1. So Roberts starts an 0-1 count. Roberts, who added to his 13th single of the year and also having his 25th run, as Kiefer hit the RBI double to bring him in. Here comes the pitch next. This one up high for ball 1. So Roberts counts, so evens it back to 1-1. 2 down following the strikeout to Thompson and the pop to the catcher from Hunt, the last at bat. So Wood gets ready on the mound for the Titans. 1-1 pitch is now coming. Off the right arm, swings and misses as Roberts for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the top of the first inning. 5-0 the lead for the Hardhats with Inhofer on second base and Dexter Steen on third. Wood waiting the call here from Sundstrom. Waiting on the mound, Roberts. And now here comes the pitch as this one got a piece off the elbow, and that's going to be hit by pitch. So bases are going to come loaded, and Roberts took it like a champ. So hit by pitch, and the team batting, that is now the 30th time the Hardhats have been hit by pitch.
With 2 outs, and here is
Blaine Hunt having a majority of them.
The center fielder, number 19, Lars Kiefer. He singled and drove in a run earlier in this inning.
So Kiefer up next with bases loaded and an RBI double his last time up. Here comes the pitch to Kiefer. He got a piece of it. This will go foul for an 0-1 count. And the team batting average entering this game was a .315 average, and the team was slugging at a .465. So good hitting numbers for the Hardhats. Now it's an 0-1 count. Wood, the pitch comes. This one high and inside near the face of Kiefer. This will go for ball 1 of the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Checks back in as Kiefer. So Roberts first. Inhofer second, Steen third. Here comes the pitch. This one inside for ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike for Kiefer. Kiefer on-base percentage for him at a .453. As he looks to add to that here with a base hit. 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch from Wood. This one inside, almost close to the elbow where it hit Aiden Roberts for the hit by pitch, but that will go in for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners on all bases. Hardhats lead 5-0, top of the first. Gets the nod. Here comes Wood, the righty with the pitch. It comes. This one outside for ball 4 with bases loaded. That makes it a 6-0 game. And Steen, who will come in to score. So Steen adding for him. That is his 9th run of the year.
Lars Kiefer gives him his second RBI of the inning. The 6th run scoring for post 22. Bases are still loaded with 2 outs.
So an RBI walk is going to be there, and we look like we're going to have a pitching change for the Titans.
Sponsors for the season include Nelson Law, Sturgis Responder Supply, Jim Holt, thanks to Taco John's, ACW Design, Bill Phillips, Real Estate Center, Terry Williams.
So it looks like it's going to be number 28, Brady Royer, who is at shortstop, so they're just going to move Wood over. So we'll take a look. Royer, still a right-handed pitcher for the Titans.
like he had his dad hook him up good. Girls smile when we roll by. They hop in the back and we cruise to the
I'm trying to speak over the loudspeaker, so I don't know if that sounds good or not.
Never gonna slow down. We were shining like lighters in the dark in the middle of a rock show. We were doing it right. We were coming alive.
So bases remain loaded following that RBI walk from Kiefer, so he will be placed on first base with Roberts on second and Inhofer on
So the
third.
change for post 33, a switch between the shortstop and the pitcher. Brody Royer will come in to pitch. Aiden Wood will move to short.
So
6 runs are in. Bases are loaded. 2 outs still in the top of the first. And once we're ready to go, it'll be Wyatt Reeder's turn to bat for the second time in this first inning.
So a quick little rundown of what was happening with the new pitching change, with Royer switching. As he started this game at shortstop, they'll just move Wood over, so nothing will change in the bullpen for them. But this will pull Wyatt Reeder. Still, as he's hitting third, this is his second time hitting in this first inning. His first time up, he was walked. So he was the first walk allowed for Wood. So,
We're
Royer.
ready to go. Number 18, the second baseman, Wyatt Reeder.
So Royer gets the warm-up pitches in. Reeder ready to go. So 2 down in the top of the first. Here comes the first pitch. This one outside. This will be ball 1 to Reeder's second at-bat of the game in the first inning. So bases will remain loaded. Swing King, Wyatt Reeder gets ready here for the next one. 1-0 pitch comes, and that one in for strike 1. So Reeder will let that one go. So evens to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike for Wyatt Reeder. Royer, the new pitcher on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Swung on by Reeder. This play to Stroud at first base. The scoop and the tag at first. And that will be for the third and final out of the first inning. And 6-0 Hardhats after the first inning.
In the inning,
Kiefer hit an RBI walk on one. It was a 2 RBI double from Morgan, from Steen, adding to those with Thompson striking out, one with the pop-up, and then the ground out to first there from Reeder. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back to ready to go for the bottom of the first.
at 10 o'clock.
All right, we're ready to go here for the bottom of the first inning between the Post 22 Hardhats and the Post 33 Titans. So the Hardhats had an impressive 6 runs in the top of the first. So the leadoff hitter for the Titans is going to be Cadell Sundstrom, the catcher, the leadoff hitter.
Leading off for Post 33, the catcher, number 7, Kel Sundstrom.
So Thompson returns back to home plate as he's the catcher today. And Dawson Inhofer, his pitching stats, 7 innings pitched. He has a 2-0 record, 4 strikeouts to 2 walks. and a 2 even ERA. First pitch for Inhofer. This one's going to be swung on the third base line. Roberts, the scoop, the throw to first is in time for the first out. First pitch, the ground to third.
One down, and here is the first baseman, number 4, Elijah Stroud.
So one down, and this will pull Elijah Stroud up to bat, following the ground out to Roberts at third. So he takes the draw line outside the box. Inhofer, one pitch in, gets a little help from Roberts on third. Here comes this next one. This will go outside, and this will go for ball 1. So second pitch will be swung on by Stroud, playing first base for the Titans today. So he takes a step back in with a 1-0 count with one down in the bottom of the first. Pitch comes from Inhofer. This one in for strike 1.
For post 33, Thompson behind the plate. Inhofer, the pitcher.
So 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hunt and Roberts around the infield.
Inhofer extends off the mound. Here comes the pitch. Swings and misses for strike 2.
Morgan
so Stroud will go to a 1-2 count.
For the center fielder and Johnson in right field for post 22.
So the rundown of the outfield and infield. Here comes the next pitch from Inhofer, swung on by Stroud. The play will go to Hunt, the shortstop, in the glove. The throw to first is there in time for the second out. Steen makes another great catch, so 2 down. The ground from short from Stroud.
2 down. And here's the number 3 hitter now pitching. Number 28, Brody Royer.
So Brody Royer, as he came in to relieve Aiden Wood back in that first inning. He started this game at shortstop, so he now is pitching. So 2 down, Inhofer for the first pitch, swings and misses for strike 1. So we start 0-1. Inhofer, we never got to mention his whip on the season with that 1.286. And now the next pitch, that one in for strike 2, just pops out of the glove of Thompson. So 0-2 count with 2 down. Thompson to throw back to the mound to Inhofer. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 down to the bottom of the first. Inhofer on the mound. Here comes the pitch. And this one outside. Thompson gets back and behind it. Another backstop there for the first ball. This count to Royer. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Inhofer gets ready, the 1-2 count. Here comes his pitch. Swung on, this will go foul, so we stay on the 1-2 count. Gets a new ball as Thompson, the throw back to Inhofer. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Royer takes the check back in the box. Here comes the pitch from Inhofer, right down the middle for strike 3, and that will be the first strikeout for Dawson Inhofer on the day.
No runs,
so a
no
quick
hits, no errors,
first,
nobody.
bottom of the first there. So the Hardhats up 6-0 after one. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back. The Hardhats hitting next.
It will be Morgan.
All right, we're back and we're ready to go here for second inning action between the Post 22 Hardhats and the Post 33 Titans. Rapid City versus Sturgis. And now the leadoff hitter in the second inning, getting his second at bat, will be Jace Morgan. The left fielder hit a 2 RBI double. His first at bat back in the top of the first, hitting 4th in the lineup. So Royer still on the mound as he came in to relieve Aiden Wood through that first inning. So Sunshine the throw to second as they get their final warm-up pitches in, and Morgan will get the check in.
Into the top of the second inning. Post 22 with a 6-0 lead. Will send to the plate the cleanup hitter, number 22, the left fielder, Jace Morgan. He singled and drove in 2 runs in the first inning.
Morgan ready to go here for the second inning. And the first pitch from Royer, and this will come in for strike one. So starts 0-1 here in the second inning. Royer still right-handed pitcher, same as Wood. Here comes the next pitch. 0-1 count. And this one got a piece of Morgan. That's going to be hit by a pitch. So Morgan will take first base. And the Hardhats get a runner on first.
The second hit batter of the game.
So Carter Johnson, the right fielder up. He was walked his first time up.
The right fielder, Carter Johnson.
Johnson, who had an infield or inside the park home run yesterday in that 10-4 win over the 320 Stars. So Morgan on first base. Here comes the pitch for Royer. This one in for ball one. And Johnson, his last at-bat, started his first pitch in a strike. And then the next one was up high near the face. He got out of the way. So 1-0 count. Royer the throw over to first. Morgan the slide in time. He stays safe on the pickoff attempt. So still 1-0 count for Johnson with Morgan on first base. Royer gets ready. Extends off the mound. Here comes the pitch. Swung on by Johnson. This one's going to get popped up. Stroud makes the play at first and makes the catch for the first out here in the second inning. So a pop just to the first from Johnson.
It brings up Dexter Steen.
So Steen back up. Also hit a 2 RBI.
Doubled in 2 runs and had a stolen base in the first.
Hit a 2 RBI double, had a stolen base, and also had a run. So Morgan still on first. They're going to throw it over there. On the pickoff attempt, he goes in safe. So Steen, who still awaits for his first pitch of the count. Royer takes a look back over the shoulder at Morgan on first. Here comes the pitch. Morgan takes off to second. The pitch was outside. Sundstrom the throw over the head. Pass in the infield. Morgan takes off to second, and he's going to go to third. So a stolen base that results into an overthrow in the second. And Morgan will add to a stolen base for him in this game. Morgan adding for his 9th total on the year. So to a 1-0 count for Steen. Morgan in scoring position with one down at the top of the second. And Royer, righty on the mound. Here comes the pitch. This one getting out of the way. That was in for strike one. As Steen, that was in close for his liking. He just shimmied out of the way. So 1-1 count. Royer back on the mound. Morgan on third. Takes a look over. Here comes the pitch to Steen. This one dropped in for strike two. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for Dexter Steen just for his second at-bat of the game. And a good one, 1 for 1 today already, as he added to his 3rd double in the season for his first at-bat. 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch to Steen. Steen just gets a piece of it. This will foul. And this one goes outside. So stays to a 1-2 count. Morgan wants to come in to score off of third base. He was on first, stole second. The throw from Sundstrom to second was over the head, and he took the walk all the way to third. So still 1-2 with one down. Royer on the mound. Here comes the pitch to Steen. And Steen, that one just gets him watching, and that'll be for strike 3 for the second out. And the first strikeout for Royer.
Of the second inning. Still with the man on third, and brings up the pitcher, number 12, Dawson Inhofer.
So Inhofer, he will come up. He had a walk and a stolen base his first time up. Royer here comes with the pitch. That one in for strike one. So 0-1 count to start there for Inhofer, the starting pitcher for the game. So Johnson will pop to first, and Steen the strikeout the last 2. 2 down on the top of the second. Here comes the pitch, and that one in for strike 2. So we still go to an 0-2 count with Inhofer. Royer gets the ball back with 2 down. Morgan still on third for the Hardhats. Gives a nod to Sundstrom. Looks over on third where Morgan is, trying to get in. Here comes the pitch, that one outside for ball 1. Sundstrom was ready to go to the throw to third in case if Morgan was going to take off or not. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for Inhofer's second at-bat of the game. Also had a stolen base when he was on board. Back in the first inning, here comes the pitch. Inhofer swings on it. That went in to second and third. That's going to bring in 1 run scored. And it's a 7-0 game for the Hardhats, as that is an RBI single for Inhofer.
Morgan comes in to score the 7th run. Inhofer with the run
So
batted
Morgan
in. He's at first
gets
with
his
2 down.
second run of the
And here's the
game.
number 8 hitter, the catcher, number 20, Brody Thompson.
So
Struck out in
Thompson,
the
the catcher, first time up he struck out after a goofy pitch was thrown. Hit the backside of the bat, because that was going outside of the zone and just got a piece of it. So the throw over to first, trying to get Inhofer. He goes in safe on the pickoff attempt. So Thompson, as he waits, the next pitch here, I'll clear the scoreboard. Still no pitches here to the at-bat. 2 down. Here comes the pitch, swung on by Thompson to play to third base. And the little waddle, the throw to first is there for the third out. So a ground out to third there from
third to end the inning.
Thompson.
1 run on 1 hit.
But it was an RBI single coming from Inhofer, which brought Morgan in to score. It's 7-0 after the top of the second inning. We'll take another short break, and we'll be back for the bottom of the second between the Hardhats and the Titans. Alright, we're back and ready to go here for the bottom of the second inning between the Post 22 Hardhats and the Post 33 Titans. Rapid City versus Sturgis. 7-0 the lead here after
5 hits.
Top of the second
3
inning.
errors against Sturgis.
So Carter Williams, the center fielder, as he's going to be the leadoff man for the Titans here in the second inning.
Number 21, Carter Williams.
So Williams, our center fielder, after their top 3 went down fast. So Inhofer here with the pitch. This will go in for strike 1. And Thompson still behind the plate for the Hardhats. So 0-1 count. Inhofer gets ready here for the next one to Williams. Kicks and kneels the pitch off the mound. Swan just got a piece of it. This will go foul. So it starts on an 0-2 count for the leadoff hitter in the second inning for the Titans. So he gets the walk back from the first base line to the right-handed batter's box. 0-2 count. Inhofer gets ready. Steps off the mound. This one swung, still stays foul, so an 0-2 count will remain. So we'll get a new ball here for Inhofer, right-handed pitcher, senior. He gets ready here for the next one. 0-2 still. Here comes the pitch as this one down in the dirt. Thompson, make sure that one doesn't roll right behind him. Through the wickets. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Williams, the center fielder, hitting 4th in the lineup for the Titans. Here comes the pitch from Inhofer. That one down in the dirt, off the glove of Thompson. He couldn't find where that one went. Went right up in the air and right up to the right side of him. And that will go for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Williams, the center fielder for the Titans, as he calls a quick time. Just have a few more seconds to get ready and set. Inhofer on the 2-2 pitch comes. This one's swung on. That one's going to get through the gap to third and short, and that's going to be the first hit of the game for the Titans. So they get a runner on first with a single from Williams.
And the first base runner for Post 33 is Carter Williams.
So this will pull George Hamer, the third baseman, up, hitting 5th with a runner on first for Sturgis.
5 hitter in the order.
So no outs for the leadoff hitter, getting a leadoff single.
George Hamer.
So Inhofer, as he waits for Hamer to get back in the box, with Thompson gives him the call. Takes a look back on first base. Here comes the pitch from Inhofer. That one in for strike one. So both at bats starting 0-1. Strike one count to start off their at bat. 0-1. Inhofer again takes a look back on first, where Williams following his single. Here comes the pitch from Inhofer. That one right down low as Thompson got the left hand there to stop that one again. 1-1 strike after Williams' hit went right through the middle of third baseman Roberts and shortstop Hunt. And in the left field from Morgan, who just didn't have to go anywhere that far after Williams just took the single. 1-1 pitch, the throw over to first, the tag from Steen. And as sliding in safe as Williams. So he'll stay on first after the pickoff attempt. So 1-1 strike still remains the count. Williams will take his lead off. Here comes the pitch, and swings and misses for strike two. 1-2 strikes down here for Hamer, third baseman. Takes the step back in the batter's box, and Inhofer shakes off two pitches. He gives the nod back to Thompson. Takes a slight look over on first base to the backside of him. Here comes the pitch, swings and misses for strike three, and that will be the second strikeout for Dawson Inhofer on the day, making that his sixth strikeout of the year.
Dawson Inhofer, one out with the man on first.
So one down here in the bottom of the second.
Aiden Wood.
So Aiden Wood, who was the starting pitcher in this game, and now he's back at shortstop with a pitching change. Inhofer the throw to first as they try to get that pickoff attempt. Steen didn't tag him in time, so he slides in safe. Still waiting for the first pitch of the at-bat to Wood. Gets set is Inhofer. Here comes the pitch. That one in for strike one. And the first pitch given to Wood's at-bat will go for strike one. So Inhofer, who struck out the last batter, he's got two from Royer and Hamer. Inhofer ready on the 0-1 count with one out. Runner on first. Here comes the pitch. They're going to take off to second. The throw from Thompson to second. Reeder makes the play, and he's out. Caught stealing. What a great throw.
Carter Williams.
From Brody Thompson behind the plate. And Reeder make the catch there at second.
2-4 put out on the attempted steal.
So Thompson shows off the right arm and what he can do behind the home plate. So 0-2 the count. Inhofer ready to pitch with two down. Here comes from Inhofer, swings and misses for strike three for the third out here in the second inning. And his third strikeout of the game for Inhofer, his second of the inning. Still 7-0. We go into the third inning, another short break, and we'll be right back. The leadoff hitter for the Hardhats will be Blaine Hunt. We're back and ready to go here for the top of the third inning between the Post 22 Hardhats and the Post 33 Titans. Going to the third inning, still a 7-0 lead for the Hardhats. And Hunt, the leadoff man, who popped to catcher Sundstrom on his first at-bat back in the first inning.
Leading off, number 11, the shortstop, Blaine Hunt.
So Royer still on the mound for the Titans. Here comes the pitch, the first one. This one is the hit by pitch. Burchett strikes right back at you, and he will get on board. So another hit by pitch. Hunt will get on base. And now this will pull Aiden Roberts, and his last at-bat, he was hit by pitch as well. And he got a single his first time up, so his third at-bat of the game for the third baseman and Roberts.
And had a hit batter.
So first pitch in, it was a hit by pitch off to Hunt. the shortstop, so he will take his lead off of first in that low stance that he will do. With Roberts, here comes the pitch. Roberts takes a swing on it, right to third. The throw to second on the double play. Hunt not there in time, but the runner, Roberts, will beat it out. So one down.
To third baseman down to the second
from
baseman.
Roberts. So Hunt, the ground to third. The throw to second got him out, but not no throw to first, trying to get Roberts out as he outran it. So Kiefer, as he's up now, with one down, has had an RBI double his first at bat, an RBI walk his last time, and the throw over to first, and in safe is Roberts on that pickoff attempt. So he will still stick on first. Kiefer waiting for his first pitch of the at-bat. Also making it for his third at-bat of the game in the third inning. 7-0 lead, one down, runner on first. Here comes the pitch from Royer as Kiefer let that one go for strike one. So 0-1 count for Kiefer on the start off. He takes a check back in the box, takes the few practice swings. Royer ready on the 0-1 count. Throw back at first. Roberts read it just like a book. Slides into first. Safe. Still 0-1 count for Kiefer. 2 pickoff attempts on this at-bat on first base to Roberts. And Royer will take another look over on first again. 0-1 pitch count coming. Here comes the next one. That one in for strike two. Roberts running off to second. No one was covering second, and he will go in safe. So 0-2 count. Roberts will get a stolen base. Lightning McQueen he is, because he is speed. All he does, stolen bases, hitting for RBIs, hitting into the back wall, running up RBIs. All he does, superstar of the team. That's why his walk-up song is called Superstar. So 0-2 count here for Kiefer. Roberts on second. Now here comes the next pitch. This one will go outside for the first ball of the count. 1-2 with only one down following the one out that resolved from Hunt on second. And Royer wants to switch the balls out, so he will get a new one from home plate umpire. And see batting, entering this game, Hardhats had 110 RBIs and also 144 runs, adding the +7 to today and all the RBIs they have scored. So 1-2 count here for Kiefer. The throwback to second, but no one was there. So Roberts will return on back on second base. So still with one down to a 1-2 count for Kiefer. And entering this game, they also had 79 stolen bases this season. Crazy high number for only 17 games in. 1-2 pitch coming to Kiefer, and that was up high, ball two. So back to an even 2 balls, 2 strikes for Kiefer. Back to an even count where he started at 0-0. So Royer, as he waits for the call here from Sundstrom, he will get it. They put a runner on second base. Roberts is waiting. They throw over to second, not in time. And Roberts again, reading that play well, returns back on. So still staying on a 2 ball, 2 strike count for Kiefer, the center fielder. 2 for 2 today. Here comes the pitch. This one right behind of Kiefer. He ducked out of the way, and Roberts will advance from second to third. And a wild pitch will result to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes here for the Hardhats. And now Roberts in scoring position after stealing second and then now advanced off that wild pitch to third. So Royer will get the ball back. Kiefer settling on a 3 ball, 2 strike count with only 1 out. And Royer gets the right arm loosened up a little more. 3-2 count coming. Royer, the righty, the pitch comes. That one for ball 4. And now back on for back-to-back walks for Kiefer.
Base on balls, puts runners on the corners with 1 out.
So full count, runners on first and third. This will pull Reeder up. Walked his first at-bat and then grounded to first. His second at-bat and previous at-bat back in the second inning. So still a 7-0 lead in the top of the third with only 1 down. Runners on the corners, as you see on the top left of your screen on the scoreboard. So Royer gets ready to Reeder. Throw over to first, and not too far off the base was Kiefer. He just kind of had to lightly jog over. So he will stick on to first. Roberts still sticks on to third. Reeder waits for his first pitch of the at-bat. Swings the bat low, ready for the next pitch to come. Royer takes a look back on the shoulder. Here comes the pitch. Reeder striked on it. And this will hook for foul, so we go to an 0-1 count. Wyatt Reeder having a team lead in hits with 24 and also having a team lead in singles with 17. And Reeder hitting at his best here middle throughout the year. Looking forward to what he can do later on. Here comes the next pitch as this one swung on, hit hard deep in the right field. That will be caught, and he missed it. So Reeder will get lucky on that one. That's going to be Robertson to score. Kiefer rounding second, and he will stop in a third. So that's an RBI double for Wyatt Reeder, and this makes it 8-0. So Reeder will get a double, making that his only third double of the year, which is crazy to think. He has 17 singles, now 3 doubles, and 5 triples on the year. So Roberts, who will come in to score. Kiefer on third, Reeder on second. So he gives Coach all the batting equipment as they throw back into the dugout.
And this is the cleanup hitter, Chase Morgan, number 22,
So Morgan,
left fielder.
As he's up, and that one in for strike one after Reeder's hit when it's the right field, and the right fielder under it, who thought was going to make the catch, and it just went right behind him. So they get ready. Here comes the pitch from Royer, and this one just gets out of the way there of Sundstrom, but that will go for 0-2. So Morgan gets ready. Runners on second and third, only one down in the top of the third inning. 8-0. Hardhats have the lead here in Sturgis. Sun is starting to show a little bit here after the rain came a little earlier, about 45 minutes before the game. Morgan's going to swing on. This one gets through first and second and brings in another score. Reeder rounding third. He wants to come in to get another one. And the throw from in there, and they'll be running in for 2. So 2 RBI single for Jace Morgan makes this game 10-0 for the Hardhats.
Fourth RBI of the ball game with a single to right field.
4 RBIs for Jace Morgan on the game already. Having a crazy game for him.
Come across the score.
So only puts a runner on first, still with one down. 10-0. So Carter Johnson walked his first at-bat and then popped to first.
No walk and fouled out.
His last at-bat, making this his third of the game. Here in the top of the third inning, here comes the pitch from Royer. This one was high as Johnson again, making sure he didn't want to get hit by that one because he kind of playing limbo there at the right-handed batter's box with no stick in the way, so he can't go down low. So 1-0 count. Sun now goes away over a big cloud over, and now the throw over to first on the pickoff attempt. Morgan will run in safe. Mentioned earlier, 4 RBIs already on the game, having a double and a single, also having a hit by pitch. Having 2 runs and a stolen base as well, having a game where Morgan swung on by Johnson. This will just go off the fence and fouls off. So back to a 1-1 count. On deck for the Hardhats is first baseman number 25, Dexter Steen. So he will go to fetch that foul ball, which hit off the fence. So umpire gives Royer the pitch call on a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Royer again taking a hard look over on first base. And this one, getting out of the way just in the nick of time was Johnson, as he would again got hit there for the second time of this at-bat. So 2 balls, 1 strike for Johnson, the right fielder for the Hardhats. With Morgan, the left fielder, on first base. Royer awaits here. Sundstrom pops up from behind the plate in a ready position for the catcher. That's over to first. Morgan slides in safe on yet another pickoff attempt. So he will still be on first. 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Top of the third inning. It was 7-0 entering this third inning. Hardhats have put up 3 here in this top of the third to make it a 10-0 lead. Royer on the 2-1 pitch coming. This one was high and outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Johnson, who checks back in with Royer. Morgan still on first base. Johnson, who has walked his first at-bat. Here comes the next one. Swings and misses for strike 2. So full count will come to adjust for Johnson. With 1 down, runner on first, and Morgan. Steen getting his practice swings on deck for the next batter. So Royer again ready. Takes a look back on first. Here comes the pitch to Johnson. This one outside for ball 4, and that is allowed second walk of the game. So puts runners on first and second, still with one down, and this will pull Dexter Steen up. Steen, who first at bat hit a 2 RBI double and then struck out his last time. So we'll have another mound visit here for the Titans. And we might see another pitching change, as it was Wood the starting pitcher for them, and then they switched him out with shortstop and Brody Royer. So it looks like it's going to be Elijah Stroud, I believe.
Pioneer Bank and Trust, Diamond Roofing, Scooptown Car Wash, and Loftus Dental. Thank you.
So Stroud, who comes in to pitch now,
33 baseball.
he was playing first base, so they're going to rotate who started the game in Aiden Woods, so he's going to go back to first, and Royer goes back to shortstop. So with one down, the righty's still on the mound for Stroud, as they get in his warm-up pitches. Morgan on second base, but Johnson on first. Steen pulled up to the occasion here. And Steen, who hit sixth in the lineup, and about half of the Hardhats players have already hit 3 times. And there's been 5 hitters for the Titans. So Stroud will get his final warm-up pitches in. To Steen will be the next batter with only one down. So they still get ready. Mentioned here before pregame, upcoming games for the Hardhats this weekend back on home field against Casper. Games on 4:30 and 7 o'clock on Friday, a doubleheader there. And then on Saturday, they have a 2 o'clock game against Casper in a 3-game series as they look to cap those off games over the weekend. Instead of Saturday, Sunday, they're playing Friday, Saturday. So Stroud probably getting the signal for only a few more throws here left on the mound as Morgan and Johnson go back to the bases. So it looks like that's going to be the final warm-up pitch for Stroud. And Steen will check into the box. And Rowan Frederickson, who was the starting pitcher in last night's game, who got the win, he advances to 4-0 record. And then Negebauer, who came into pitch in the 7th inning in the 10-4 win last night. Negebauer having 32 pitchers for the Hardhats, and Frederickson and Negebauer both having 30-plus strikeouts on the year. The first one here for Steen will go in for strike 1. And Steen, his last at-bat, he struck out. So 0-1 count with one down from the first pitch from Stroud after they made their third pitching change of the game with Wood back on first and then Royer back at shortstop. So Royer right on second base. Here comes the pitch from Stroud. That one was outside, ball 1. So it goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. And Steen will draw the line back in the box.
Elijah Stroud now
So he gets ready.
Brody's gone back.
Runners first and second. Top of the third, 10-0 Hardhats. Stroud, a righty off the mound, and that one was down low, downstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And it looks like, is it a balk? A little confusion, so they're going to put runners on second and third.
Both runners.
So it will.
Morgan to third.
So Morgan now on third, Johnson to second, and Steen now still to a 2-1 count. Stroud here with the pitch comes, and this one up high, back upstairs. Last pitch was downstairs, this one upstairs. 3-1 the count. Still with one down. Top of the third inning. Stroud gives the nod to Sundstrom. Here comes the pitch. And that one in for strike 2. So a full count for Steen. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners second and third. And the sun just coming up and down with clouds coming over here in Sturgis. Currently 7:04. It's a little bit cooler now. Here comes the pitch from Stroud. That was in for strike 3. So Steen will go back-to-back strikeouts. And for the second out in the top of the third inning. And that will give the first one for Stroud on the day.
And here's Dawson Inhofer, number 12.
So Inhofer,
the pitcher,
as he will come in as he was walked his first at-bat and had an RBI single as next. So the first one here will go up high, ball 1. So Inhofer also heading for his third at-bat of the game. Having a stolen base, 2 with his first at-bat. So 2 down following the strikeout to Steen. Stroud runners second and third for the Hardhats. Here comes the pitch to Inhofer. That one up high again for ball 2. 2 balls to no strikes for Inhofer. Stroud returns back to the bump for the Post 33 Titans. Morgan on third. He's been on base for a while now. Here comes the pitch from Stroud. The drop that comes in. That will go for strike 1. So the first strike for Inhofer's at bat. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Stroud takes the deep breath on the mound. He gets ready. Extension off the mound. Here comes the pitch. This one high up in the air from Inhofer. And this one's going to go to the outfield, the left center. They bring all the runners in. That'll be caught by the center fielder and Carter Williams. So that's the third out of the top of the third inning. 10-0 was the score following in from RBI as Morgan hit 2 RBI single, adding for 4 RBIs on the day. That was the highlight there of the inning. So 10-0 after top of the 3. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back for the bottom of the third inning. Inhofer will stay on the mound and we'll be back. We're back and ready to go here for the bottom of the third inning. Action between the Post 22 Hardhats and the Post 33 Titans. Rapid City versus Sturgis. And the Hardhats who managed to get 3 runs there in the top of the third to make this game 10-0. So leadoff hitter for the Titans is going to be their
10-0.
Jaron Andrzejewski.
The number 7 man in the order for Sturgis. Jaron Andrzejewski, number 5, the right fielder.
So his first at-bat, hitting 7th in their lineup. 3 strikeouts on the day for Inhofer. He had 2 in that last inning. So Inhofer, who gets ready as still not in the box, is Andrzejewski, as he will take the step back in. So the okay here from the umpire. The first pitch coming here from Inhofer, and swings and misses for strike 1. So we'll start the bottom of the third with an 0-1 count. If I can get the scoreboard here. There we go. 0-1 count, Inhofer ready. Pitch comes. This one will go outside for ball 1. Thompson makes the great catch behind the plate. So 1 ball, 1 strike for the leadoff hitter in the third inning for the Titans. Here comes the pitch from Inhofer. Swings and misses for strike 2. So 2 strikes now for Andrzejewski, the batter for the Titans. The 1-2 pitch comes from Inhofer, and Swan on this one's going to get hit. It's a hunt. Big, loud hit from the bat, and Steen makes the jumping catch on first, but makes sure he tags that left foot on the base for the first out. An amazing catch from Steen. He shows off his best Air Jordan impression. So, a ground out for Andrzejewski.
The left fielder.
And a left fielder, Bridger Batten, the 8th hitter. So, Inhofer is ready here for the first one for Batten. Here comes the pitch. And in for strike 1. Inhofer throwing nothing but strikes here in this game. 0-1. Steps back in the box is Batten. Here comes the next one from Inhofer. Just got a piece of it. That will go foul back to the fence for 0-2 count now. So, no balls, 2 strikes with 1 down, following the ground out to shortstop Blaine Hunt, who made the throw it over to first to Steen. 0-2 pitch comes from Inhofer, and this one down outside. That will go for the first ball of the count, as that one was dribbled down in the dirt. But Thompson makes the backstop there, and the throw back to Inhofer on the mound. 1-2 count. Inhofer extends off the mound. This one's going to get hit high out of bounds and out of play. So he's still staying on a 1-2 count. That one into the road here on the right side of me, with the window close near me here in this box in the Sturgis Fields. 1-2 count here with one down. And Hofer, this one's going to get swung on. Roberts, the third baseman, makes the play there. The throw to first to be Ben is that will be the second out. So the ground to third. It was a ground to shortstop from Andrzejewski, and now a ground to third from Batten.
So 2 2/3.
And this is going to bowl the
Number
ninth
9
hitter,
batter in
Ethan.
the order for Sturgis, the second baseman. Number 9, Ethan Cermak.
Ethan Cermak, the second baseman. So with 2 down, 1 hit from Carter Williams. As this one is going to get popped up high. This one is going to come here into the play. And this one takes a hard fall down in there in front of Pulse 22 parents. So 0-1 count. They throw that ball right back down in there for the umpires for more balls. 0-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Swan on this one's going to get chopped up. Steam back. And he makes a great play from Dexter Steen. So the pop up makes it quick third inning there. It was a ground out to the shortstop from Jaron Andrzejewski, and then a ground to third from Bridger Batten, and now a pop to first from Ethan Cermak. Well, we'll take a short break, and we'll be right back for the fourth inning between the Hardhats and the Titans, and a 10-0 lead in favor of your Pulse 22 Hardhats. Back here ready to go here for fourth inning action between the Pulse 22 Hardhats and the Pulse 33 Titans. So the leadoff hitter here in this inning is going to be catcher Brody Thompson. 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a ground out to third base. So Stroud, who came in late in that third inning, he threw for 1 strikeout. As he will get ready here for the fourth inning with Thompson and a 10-0 lead
into the fourth
at the top of the fourth.
For Rapid City, the catcher, number 20, Brody Thompson.
So Stroud gets ready here for the first pitch to Thompson. And this one will come right through. That one got a piece of Thompson, and checking up his home plate umpire.
I think the umpire's determination on that, he was
so I think it went off the bat. It looked like it took a piece off of Thompson off the hip or some sort, but it looks like it went off the bat. So we'll go to an 0-1 count. So Stroud gets ready, takes the extension off of the mound. This one's popped up high to the left side. This one is their third baseman. Hamer chases after. This is going to be caught by, or dropped, but it'll still go for foul. So 0-2 count as their shortstop back to Brody Royer. Just going to make that catch running, and that one fell left side of the third base line. So 0-2 count for Thompson. He gets a bat back there from the on-deck man and Blaine Hunt. So 0-2 count.
And then Aiden Roberts.
Still for the leadoff hitter in the fourth inning in Thompson. So Stroud gets the okay here for the next pitch. 0-2. Stroud delivers the pitch. As this one in for strike 3. So that will be for the second strikeout of the day for Stroud, and the second strikeout for Thompson as well. So he will still go 0 for 3 with 1 down here in the fourth inning. This will pull Blaine Hunt up as he was hit by pitch his last time up. Hit by Merchant, strikes again, and then his first at-bat he popped up to catch. So here comes the first one to Hunt. This one is going to get hit. This one into center field. This one is under. That's caught by Williams for the second out. So pop to center field from Hunt. And now back to the top of the order for Aiden Roberts. And Roberts also having a huge game himself, having 2 singles, also having 2 runs, a stolen base, and then having a hit by pitch in the middle of the sandwich for the 3 hits he's had today.
So that's 2 down, and here is the leadoff hitter, number 10, the third baseman, Aiden Roberts.
So Roberts gets ready. Stroud, the pitch comes as that was up high, ball 1 of the count. So 1-0 will start for Roberts, 4th at-bat of the game.
Roberts has scored twice. Hit by a pitch, singled, and fielder's choice.
We see some movement in the bullpen for the Hardhats. Stroud, the 1-0 pitch. This one just goes outside in the other batting box as that was just bounced. So that will go for ball 2. So they get a new ball. So steps back in as Roberts. So 2 outs to a 2-0 count. Stroud, the pitch comes, swung on by Kiefer. This one into center field again. Williams is under it, makes the catch for the 3rd out. A quick top of the 4th inning. A strikeout from Thompson, a pop to center field from Hunt, another pop to center field there from Roberts. So we'll be back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Where the Titans hit. We'll be right back. We're back and ready to go here for bottom of the 4th inning action. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Post 22 Hardhats, number 23, Carter Johnson. Johnson, who hasn't pitched very much this season, but 4 innings pitched for him. He has 5 strikeouts to 1 batter walked with a 1.75 ERA to a .75 whip. So Johnson, last time he pitched, I believe, was against Missoula when we went up to Billings. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that was last time. You could stat check me. So Johnson and Thompson will both get the final. So we're back to the top of the order for the lineup for the Titans. It's going to be Sundstrom, the catcher, who grounded out to 3rd in the 1st inning. So Johnson on the mound. Thompson returns back to home plate. Out of the 4th action, Hardhats, Titans 10-0 lead for your 22 Hardhats. So back of the box goes Sundstrom. So his 2nd at-bat of the game. And Johnson, the righty, and this one swings and misses for strike 1. So that one went right through the umpire's legs. So then we'll get a new ball there. Elijah Stroud on deck for the Titans. So to an 0-1 count. Johnson again, the lineup, the pitch comes. Swan on this one's going to get popped up high. Thompson takes the cage off. He wants to get this one, and he will. So 1 down, the pop-up from the catch from Thompson. So 1 down to the bottom of the 4th. This will pull Elijah Stroud, the first baseman, up as he grounded to Blaine Hunt, the shortstop, his last time up. So again, his 2nd at-bat. Everyone for the Titans having their 2nd at-bat here from now on.
Elijah grounded to short his first time to the plate.
So Stroud again will take draw the line out of the box. So 1 down following the pop to catch. Johnson, the pitch comes to Stroud. This one outside. That will go for ball 1. So to a 1-ball, no-strike count for the 2nd hitter in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Titans. Johnson gets the call from Thompson. Here comes the pitch. This one in for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike now for Johnson. And we mentioned having 5 strikeouts to 1 batter walked and 4 innings pitched for him on the season. And the next one in for strike 2. So 1-2 count for Johnson. In the pitching stats, the Hardhats have allowed 85 hits and have only allowed 60 runs. So that's what the pitching looks like to the 1-2 pitch now for Johnson. Swung on by Stroud. This is going to go foul. A close one there. So Stroud will have to return back to the batter's box. And also Hardhats having for 44 errors. Pitching-wise, 80 walks, but to 135 strikeouts, and the team ERA a 2.678, and with the WHIP of a 1.435. So some impressive batting and pitching stats for the Hardhats. So still to a 1-2 count. Johnson, the pitch comes to Stroud. He got a piece of it. That one close to the hands of the bat. Hunt, the scoop, the throw to first in time for the second out here in the bottom of the fourth. So another ground to shortstop from Stroud. Tucks 2 away here in the fourth inning. This will pull the shortstop back up, and Brody Royer, who struck out his first at-bat, which gave Dawson Inhofer his first strikeout of the game. Inhofer, who finished this game with 7 strikeouts now to his name of the season. First pitch now coming, Johnson. This one in for strike 1. So Johnson already in his first innings pitched. Gets some help from Brody Thompson to help get out Sundstrom, and then Stroud with the help of Hunt on the ground out. And that one got a piece of the bat, also clips the umpire. So it goes to an 0-2 count. Throwing the foul tip, so he'll take a second here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. As Thompson will have a quick meeting here with Johnson on the mound. Talking some things over after
some of the sponsors
the
who
umpire
make these possible here.
gets a quick second after taking that one off the cage. We hope he's all right. He looks to be all right, just shaking it off. So he puts the mask back on. Thompson will return back to the home plate.
McNess and garage door throws.
So ready to go here. 0-2 count with 2 down. Johnson ready here now for Royer. Pitch comes, swings and misses. And that makes it for the first strikeout for Johnson on the day.
No hits, no errors, nobody left on
So another quick inning for both teams in that fourth inning. It was a pop to catch from Sundstrom, a ground to shortstop from Stroud, and then the strikeout from Royer. We'll take a short break and we'll be back for the 5th inning. All right, we're back and ready to go here for the 5th inning. 10-0 still remains the score for the Hardhats. And the leadoff man in the 5th inning is going to be the center fielder, number 19, Lars Kiefer. And Kiefer on the day has an RBI double with an RBI walk. And his last at-bat, he was walked as well. Also racking up for 2 runs. So Robert's the only hitter so far with 4 at-bats, and Kiefer now will hit for his 4th at-bat of the game. Stroud still on the mound for the Titans. This pitch will come in tight. That will go for ball 1 inside. So 1 ball, no strikes for Kiefer. Stroud gets ready here for the next one. Takes the step off the mound, lifts the leg. The pitch comes. That one down on the dirt, ball 2. That one took a bounce off the dirt, off the paraphernalia of Sundstrom to the left side of him.
Walked again in the 3rd and scored twice.
So to a 2 ball, no strike count. Stroud gets ready here for Kiefer. Stroud gives the notable nod. Here comes the pitch. Now one up high, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes now for Kiefer, as he wants another new ball 2 here from home plate umpire. He'll give him a new one. So still the leadoff man for Kiefer, the center fielder, on deck. Second baseman Wyatt Reeder. So Stroud will give the nod again to Sundstrom behind the plate. Here comes the pitch from Stroud. Swung on by Kiefer. This one is going to drop in the left field. And that's another base hit, and he misplayed it. Kiefer as he thought about going to second, so he'll just stay on first, and he's kind of a little tight rundown. So a single on board for Kiefer.
Top of the fifth. He singles
And now Reeder.
in front of the left fielder. And brings up the second baseman.
And Reeder, who had an RBI double his last time up.
Reeder.
So second hitter here
and grounded to first.
in the fifth inning.
Twice.
Currently 7:25. The first pitch was at 6, so almost an hour and a half in. The next one here for Stroud, that will go in for strike one on to Reeder. So Reeder just looks at the coach here and gets a call. Kiefer takes the leap off of first. Stroud with the pitch comes to Reeder. Reeder got a piece of it. This one's going to go foul here to the left side. So he goes to an 0-2 count following that foul ball. Still no outs in the top of the fifth. 10-0 has been the score here since the third inning, after no runs were scored for either team in the fourth inning. So, to no balls, 2 strikes for Reeder. Stroud takes a lean over the shoulder to look on first base if Kiefer is there or not. Here comes the pitch from Stroud. That one got a piece of Reeder. It gets him on that right leg. So hit by pitch puts runners on first and second now for the Hardhats. Now this will pull left fielder Jace Morgan, having a big day. 4 RBIs for him. He has an RBI double and a 2 RBI double and a 2 RBI single, also having a hit by pitch. Also racking up for a stolen base and 2 runs.
Morgan, he's had two RBI hits and was hit by a pitch.
So runners first to second. First pitch here to Morgan. This will go outside for ball 1. So 1-0 count for Morgan. Stroud will get a new ball. Walking straight ahead of him is Kiefer on second base. So 1-0 count. Stroud the twist. Looks over on first base where Reeder is following his hit by pitch. Another look back on second. Stroud, the pitch comes as that will go for ball 2. Morgan very patient on that one. Stroud gets the ball back from Sundstrom as catcher. 2-0 count, still no outs, top of the fifth. Stroud will do the routine looks on first and second. They have a runner close as Morgan this is going to go foul on the first base line, so it goes to a 2-1 or 2-1 count. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just blabbering here now.
Under post 33 baseball sponsors, Lynn's Dakota Mark.
So 2 balls, 1 strike for Morgan's at bat. Kiefer on second, Reeder on first, and the Titans having one kind of inching closer to second base. Here comes the pitch, and that one for ball 3. Morgan again trying to back up out of that one before getting hit. So 3 balls, 1 strike for Morgan. Stroud will take a step back here on the bump on the mound as he gets ready. Stroud again, another routine look back on second. Double takes. Here comes the pitch from Stroud. Morgan swings on it. This one. Royer, the shortstop, that one bobbles through. Kiefer is being told to run into home, and that will be the 11th run of the game for the Hardhats. It's 11-0, so runners will stay on first and second. And an RBI single for Morgan, adding for his 5th of the game. And another run for Kiefer. So this will pull Carter Johnson, up to the plate, nicknamed Tater. So right fielder, as he walked his first at-bat, a pop to first and then another walk his last at-bat. So he's been walked twice today. Here comes the first one, swings and misses for strike 1. Still no outs here in the top of the 5th, now an 11-run lead for post 22 over the post 33 Titans. So Reeder on second now and Morgan on first. Stroud with the pitch. Swan on this will foul off from Johnson. So this will go to an 0-2 count. And Johnson, his last at-bat was at full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes on his last one. So Stroud gets ready. And this one on deck, number 30, Jaden Moreno. So he's going to have some action hitting. This one's hit into left field, center left. And this one is caught by Williams. Reeder will tag from second. The throw to third. Not in time. That's going to go back towards the dugout, and Reeder won't play it as he won't go home. So they have now runners on second and third. So that'll be a double for Johnson. Or excuse me, Morgan will go to second, and Johnson, who popped into center field. And now back to having some little fun. Jaden Moreno, as usually you'll see him on the mound pitching, but he will come in hitting now.
This is Moreno.
So Moreno,
is the batting.
as he gets ready with one down, and he usually is the pitcher. So as he just waits here, home plate umpire jotting some notes down, also having some talks in the infield. Reeder, the throw from center field was to Royer, the shortstop, and then he was going to throw it to third. Just went over the head of their third baseman and Hamer, and then went off of the dugout and then back over. So Reeder, if he was going to try to run to home, really couldn't. He was going to get taxed. So the first pitch there from Moreno will go for strike one. So this will go to an 0-1 count for Jaden Moreno, the first pitch given to him all season long for batting. Stroud gets ready here. Next pitch comes. Moreno's going to hit this one. This one is going to get caught in center field, but that will bring in one run scored. So 12-0 is the score now. And the Hardhats, Jaden Moreno, that hit Williams made the catch in center field, but always having a little fun is a way to go. So 2 down. Now just with a runner on third and Morgan. So Reeder, who will come in to score, adding to his plethora of runs to the season. And now back here to Inhofer. So Moreno came in to hit for Steen. 2 down. Here comes the first one for Inhofer. He's going to take a swing on this. Was caught line drive catch by third baseman and George Hamer. So
we go to the
big one there. Hardhats having a little fun with Jaden Moreno, having some action on hitting, but it was a big one there. Kiefer gets on board, and then an RBI single for Morgan, adding to another one there. Well, that will do it. 12-0 here after the top of the 5th inning, and they'll go into another hit here. So we'll take a short break, and we'll be back for the bottom of the 5th between Hardhats and the Titans. We're back and ready to go for bottom of the 5th between the Post 22 Hardhats and the Post 33 Titans. Rapid City versus Sturgis. 12-0 the score. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Carter Johnson, who had 1 inning pitched in the 4th inning, who threw for 1 strikeout. It's the lefty in Jace Morgan. Morgan, who has 4.2 innings pitched. He has a 1-win to 0-loss record, having 6 strikeouts and 2 walks with a 1.167 ERA and with a whip of a 1 even. So the lefty on the mound here, 12-0 the score, entering the bottom of the 5th. And the leadoff hitter for them is going to be center fielder Carter Williams, as he is the lone hit for the Titans, who got a single. And this will be his second at-bat of the game. So 7:34, an hour and 4 minutes here in this game. Hour and 34 minutes in this game. So Thompson to throw over to second. And back in that last inning, Moreno. So Moreno's playing first base after he came in for Steen. That's pretty funny. You know, having some fun.
First baseman.
So Williams will come in, and now, excuse me, Morgan will get ready for his first pitch thrown of the game. And the first one to Williams, the lefty, as that will go down low for ball one. So we start 1-0 on the count for Williams out of the 5th inning. And the lefty gets ready here for his second pitch. Here it comes. Williams swings and misses for strike one. So Carter Johnson, he kind of pitches in a little tidbits. He doesn't pitch very long. He doesn't pitch very often. So when it does, it's funny to watch, especially some of these guys too. Like infielders like Inhofer and all those guys. So a foul off that one. So this will go to a 1-2 count now off of that foul tip from Williams. So he gets ready as Morgan, the lefty, on a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Leadoff man, here comes the pitch, and swung on by Williams. This is going to go foul to the left side. So we still stay 1-2 with the count.
Thanks to King's Painting is one of the sponsors for Post 33. Also, Properties Unlimited, Precision Services, Black Hills Family Dentist.
So Morgan gets ready here to a 1-2 count for Williams. Here comes the pitch, and swings, and that just got a piece of it. So they're going to foul tip off this one. And that one also got a piece off the chest pad of Thompson. So again, fighting off 2 straight foul ball, 3 straight actually foul balls for Williams. So 1 ball, 2 strikes still, bottom of the 5th. Moreno on first base. We'll see if he gets some action here in this inning. And Morgan, the pitch comes, swings and misses for the first out, and another strikeout there for Jace Morgan, and adding for his 5th of the year. And now this is going to pull George Hamer, the third baseman. He struck out his first at-bat, giving Inhofer one of his 3, who is the starting pitcher for the Hardhats. So Morgan gets ready for his second batter. The lefty pitch comes. This one's going to get hit. This one, a left fielder. Morgan can't, or Inhofer, the left field. This one's going to get it for a base hit. Rounding first is Hamer. He's going to go into second. So a double hit for Hamer. That's the second hit for the Titans of the day.
For Sturgis.
And 1 hit allowed off of Morgan. And now this is going to pull the shortstop, or first baseman now, Eden Wood, who struck out his first at-bat with Slim Shady as his walk-up song. So with a runner on second now following a double from Hamer, their third baseman, Hunter will back off the base and swings and misses for strike 1. So Wood went a little too low on that swing, which the pitch was up high. 0-1 count. Morgan gets ready. Inhofer playing in left field after Morgan and Inhofer who switched, and that one in for strike 2 right down the middle. So no balls to 2 strikes. A runner on second with 1 down to the bottom of the 5th. A 12-0 lead for the Hardhats over the Titans. Shaking the head no, not wanting that pitch is Morgan. He gets ready. He gets the right pitch now. Takes a look back on second. The lefty, the pitch comes. This one outside. That will go for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Morgan gets the ball back from Thompson behind the plate. Gets another look here. So runner will take his big leap off of second. Here comes the pitch from Morgan and gets him. The second strikeout and the second out here of the 5th inning. So Morgan adds to another one, making it his 6th strikeout of the year, his 2nd of the inning. And now this is going to pull Jaron Andrzejewski. So he grounded out his first at-bat, still a runner on second, and Hamer. And now Morgan, the pitch comes, swung on the play here to Jaden Moreno. He'll have some action on first base, the scoop. And the tag is there at first. So the bottom of the 5th is done at 12-0. So 12-0, and that's going to wrap this game up. Hardhats having a big game, resulting into a big 12-0 win, a shutout. Well, the starting pitcher, Dawson Inhofer, who pitched through 3 innings, having 3 strikeouts, and then Carter Johnson, who came in that 4th inning for 1 innings pitched. He had 1 strikeout, and then Morgan in there in the 5th inning, who threw for 2 strikeouts. And then Roberts had a big game, hitting 2 singles, but Kiefer who had an RBI walk. You don't see those very often with the bases loaded. He got walked to Breeder unscored. Wyatt Reeder also having a big game as well. Reeder had an RBI double. Jace Morgan, 5 RBIs to his name tonight. A big game for him. Carter Johnson, we mentioned him getting some pitching. Steen, who came out with Jana Moreno, who played on first base. He also had some action hitting, which he popped up to center field. Inhofer also hitting. He had an RBI single. Thompson went 0 for 3 today. And Blaine Hunt, who had a hit-by-pitch. The hit-by-pitch merchant is what I call him. Well, next game's coming up Friday, the doubleheader between Casper at 4:30 and 7 o'clock. Make sure you tune into Hardhats TV in a 3-game series on Saturday. They play at 2. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you tuned in to watch this game here between the Hardhats and the Post 33 Titans. This is Wyatt Simmons signing off from Hardhats TV. Have a good night and stay safe, everyone.